Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing great. I'm doing all right. I had kind of a sad morning. I had watched a documentary of Veterans for Peace. They are over in Palestine while Israel, with our money funded by the United States, $2.5 billion dollars a year annually, we send them and weapons and different things. So, um, if you aren't a friend of mine on Facebook, it doesn't matter if you have a Facebook account. If you want to go and watch that documentary, it's about a half hour long. I would recommend it for everybody. There's a little journalist girl. She's 10 years old. She's braver and smarter than a lot of adults that I've met. And these veterans, well, the one guy in particular is a Marine. He's over there. These bullies were shooting at children and pushing old people down, smacking women in their faces and things like that. So, yeah, I had kind of a hard morning, and I found that one on my own. But Doug said he had other ones from a friend of his, Syrian ones and different things that were really bad. In fact, he didn't share them with me because they were so terrible. So, and this one Marine in particular was talking about when he was in uh, Iran or Iraq. I get them mixed up. But anyway, Afghanistan, and how he um, drove a bulldozer and dozed down people's homes. He had a breakdown a couple of weeks ago and can't really deal with the guilt. And I don't blame him, but at least he's man enough to be out there trying to do something to wake people up, to make them aware of what's really going on in the world and what our taxpayers' money goes towards. The majority of it goes to Israel. So I know people that probably don't want to hear this or don't believe it, and they're busy worrying about transgender and abortions. And I have one friend in particular, and I don't know if he knows, and I'm sure he doesn't, that all my family wanted me to get an abortion with my second child, and I have two, and I lost one because I was poisoned and I saw the dead baby. So every time they pass around a picture of a preemie, it really makes me sick. See, I'm a believer that those children are with God. Now, I don't approve of abortion, but um, I do know that all the chaos that's in the world that they're creating for people to argue about and get passionate about and towards each other and stuff is all a part of their plan. Order out of chaos. Well, personally, I've had enough chaos. I'm waiting for the order, but the order from God, not the order that's going to be the Antichrist. When they say, hey, come here, we'll help you. Yeah, right. So, um, yeah, it was hard. Yesterday I had kind of a hard morning too, emotional. Um, so I listened to quite a bit of music through the day and um takes my mind off of stuff. And I figured, well, it's Sunday, I'll give it a break anyway, and um just I needed it. So, but I really hope that you will watch that Veterans for Peace, because that's what I've been trying to tell people, that I'm not just pulling the age card, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I have met so many veterans that would not go back and do it again. And if they knew they weren't really fighting for our peace, but when they find out how they've been fooled and tricked and how they helped trick the rest of the country and everything, they wouldn't go do it again. They're taking lives and taking souls. These soldiers were shooting at children. They grabbed this one little boy, and I don't know what they were going to do to him, but these women and this little girl in particular, man, she was right in there trying to grab that little boy from the clutches of this soldier, and they were like pushing on her too. And what a brave little girl, just beautiful. If you saw these children and these people being hurt, and you could approve of our tax money going to do these type of things, I really don't know what to tell you. And if you're a veteran and you don't see any shame in anything that you've ever done, there's another doubly I don't know what to say to you besides shame on you, you know. Get a grip. People can't be killing people. There's better ways to do things. I've always said we have jails in this country. When somebody kills somebody or hurts somebody, what do? We put them in jail. But what do we do in another country? We go in and murder them, or we wipe out their whole country and take it over. That's ludicrous. We have no business doing that type of thing in the world. I hope you agree, because if not, you're part of the problem and you're guilty of murder. So, not even thinking about it to me is a guilty sentence. Somebody that just you go along your merry little day and don't even worry about anybody else in the world. You know, that's a guilty sentence to me. That's the way I feel. And like I said about like abortion and the babies, if I didn't believe that those babies were with God, I mean, I have a big problem with it. Don't get me wrong. It's just on a daily basis and nothing we can do about it. While in other parts of the world, we are funding babies just like that to die on a daily basis. Men, women, children, doesn't matter. It's not just the babies that matter in this world, it's everybody, you know? So, I don't know. I got a new slow cooker. I haven't had one for a while. I used to use it a lot. So last night I put a big roast in there. It shrunk down. I'm going to take it and slice it really thin tonight and make gravy and potatoes. So if Doug wants like hot roast beef sandwich, or I'm probably going to have a cold one because I prefer it that way. So, but yeah, like last night I boiled up a bunch of potatoes and then skinned them, and white ones, and then made like hash browns out of them. We just had eggs and fried potatoes, so that was good. But then we did have a dessert, and I took lots of banana and lots of pineapple and just a tiny bit of ice cream, vanilla, and then I let Doug put chocolate on it. Maybe a little too much. Sometimes I get way carried away, so I thought I'd let him do it. Well, I guess it didn't matter. It was probably about the same of what I do, but it was good. So it was sort of like a banana split minus the I think splits have caramel and strawberry in there, or cherry on top or something like that. So, but it was really good. I put two bananas in each one, and then just a lot of pineapple too. So even though it looked like a big bowl, like 2/3 of it was fruit, you know. So, but I had some, well, like the pineapple and different things that needed to be used up. So I thought, oh, that's a good thing to have. Huh? It was really good. So I don't think I'm gonna have no treats tonight. It depends. Doug might bring something home that isn't too horrible. I might, depending on what it is. But I don't know. Time will tell. He went into town and yeah. to Usually he goes in if we get like a bill and he wants to get it paid right away and that type of stuff. So and to get some I'm gonna make some orange bread with walnuts and raisins in it. So yeah, to get some oranges and I probably won't make it right away, but since he's in there, um, he'll probably pick it up. Or he thought about making a trip down to another town that's about 40 minutes away. It's called Cambridge. It's bigger and it's got a fleet supply or fleet farm. It's they always have like all kinds of nuts and chocolates and different like old time candies, even all kinds of things on sale. Like big bags, like 2 pounds of walnuts for $6.99 or something like that. Like a better deal than we can get in the town or Walmart or something like that. And we had our little grocery store in our town closed, and a lot of people were like, well, thanks to all you that shop at Walmart. And it's like, well, yeah, yes and no. I mean, it was good for their produce and their meat. And they tried to keep, and they have another one that's affiliated in another town about a half hour away. But, like I told Doug, well, if you could go in and buy, like, get a gallon of milk and get windshield wipers for your car and a shirt that you need or something at the little town store, then it probably wouldn't have closed. But being that it's a super center and it has everything all there all at once, people are going to use what's convenient, and usually less expensive. So it's like, yeah, whatever. I worked for them and I was part of a class action lawsuit against them because they tried to mess us out of some of our wages. So, um, yeah, and we didn't get a whole bunch because there was millions of us. We each got like, I think it was like $195 or 323. I don't know, something not really huge amount, but just some. So because they got caught being shady. And now I heard they were having another issue like that. So I don't know. But yeah, they're shady. They hire people part time and work them full time. McDonald's really good at doing that too. A lot of them bigger franchises are. So yeah, they know their business. Kind of like Israel. They know their business well too, trying to take over the whole world. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Oh, and on my Facebook, it has a picture of the beaches over in Israel. Should see that, how filthy it is. Like I wrote on there, they're just waiting for somebody else to clean up their mess like usual. That's what they do. They're filthy. You've never seen anything like that. The closest thing I've seen to that is like the 20-pound bags of waste on the streets of LA and the homeless people that pile up their stuff on the corner for the garbage to come. It looked that bad. It's disgusting. But these are the people that call themselves the real Jews. No, they're the fake Jews. They're the one that chase the real ones out, the lost tribes. They're the separated tribes, the ones that went into hiding. That's what that is. They scattered into the four winds. That's the people out in the world that have good hearts. You know, just because it's like you could be German in an English country or Jewish in a German country or Danish in a German country, or cousin. There's like the Black Danes that are just like uh, Irish, and there's the Black Irish that are Spanish Irish. So that's where I'm getting at with just because somebody says their heritage is just one thing, it may be more than just one thing. Depends on how their parents were hiding or if they were and why they were. Were they good guys, bad guys, and what were they hiding from? Were they hiding because they were murderers or were they hiding because they didn't want to be murdered? You know, that's what the real Jews are. They didn't want to be murdered, you know. They're not the ones that own the banks in the world, you know. How do people do that? How do you open up a bank, print some money, loan it out to people, charge interest on it, and what a crazy world it really is. There was some explosions and 3 people died. I think it was in South America at a place called the Hard Rock Hotel. I thought it was ironic because Robin's Hood had quite a few videos pointing out the Hard Rock Cafe, and I think it's a hotel in Florida that he thought might be hit. But just ironically, it just so happened to be in South America. And I was going to send it to his message, and then I thought, he'll probably see it, and if not, there's other things going on. And now I see in his hometown, Philadelphia, Center City, there was a gas leak at one of the buildings. He's thinking the second 9/11 will happen in Philadelphia, and I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't doubt it. And he does know who is the mouthpiece, the head speaker for like the Antichrist spirit. He knows precisely this man, Jonathan Kleck. He does know the gospel and all the symbols and the different things going on in the world. Oh yeah, he does, because he had it handed to him, you know. But he's calling people like Robin, and I suppose I'm considered a shill too. When he called Robin a nerd, you know. But the people that are watch Hood's channel were shills. Oh yeah, that was really nice of him. What a Christian. And he said he feels sorry for us, but we're in big trouble. No, the people that don't care about other people are the ones that are in big trouble. you know. But that's okay. And then he'll give you his he doesn't directly really ask for money, but he just so happens to have a Patreon account. Well, if you're preaching the gospel and teaching people the word of God, I am quite certain that Christ, and he portrays himself as Christ and Satan, Christ would not be asking for money to tell you that the end of the world is coming. You know, well, the end of the world isn't coming. What's coming is the end of this chaos bullshit that they put us through every day. That's what's ending, you know. So, and I know I will see it in my lifetime. I even feel people's hearts that are very cold, not very. Those ones are out of reach at this moment. But there's ones that were pretty darn cold that aren't as cold as they used to be, so that takes me into another area of discussion that I see that is disgusting, where you'll have these kids passing, and when I mean kids, I'm saying 30, even 40 ish, but 20, 30, 40 passing around things that are lewd, and having like their mothers and grandmothers seeing these things. And these older women, they don't stand up and say a word. And if they do, they might say a little tiny bit, just like not to really get on my bad side, but to sort of kind of make it look like they're being an authoritative figure or an older adult, that they really care about these children. But if they're not worrying about their souls and their Facebook, I mean, that's on there forever. If they don't care that great grandchildren and different people in their lives are going to be seeing all this stuff in the future, they're being remiss. They're not being adults. And in fact, they're joining in. I call it the reindeer games. They're just as bad as the little brats that are passing that crap around, you know. I had snooze from a couple of people that are very close. I'm very close to them. I don't know how close they are to me, but yeah, I love. But I have to distance myself and not see that filth every day, and then seeing these women not saying a word or saying hello to them on these filthy posts or laughing, even worse, that type of thing. It's like, I mean, when you're even in your 60s, but I seen this one, and that's my birth mother, laughing at things that are so filthy. I don't know how she can look in the mirror. She looks almost just like me too, and I just don't know how I'll call her a thing. I don't know how that thing can look in the mirror. I really don't, you know. I think I'm better looking though. I probably am. Just because I have God in my heart. That's me. Hey, no, you know what? She's a narcissist. So I guess when I try to think lovingly, like I told her, I honored her for giving birth to me, but she didn't want to. So um, that's as far as that goes. But yeah, those are the things that are on my mind today, and I hope you will take the time and go look at that documentary. I don't know how sensitive you are to the realities of war. Nobody died in the picture, in the film, luckily. But we don't know what happened later at night because they do raids and stuff on these people's homes in these villages, and nice little like they look like, any town anywhere, any people anywhere. And I think people really need to start realizing where our tax dollars go to and who we're giving it to and why. You know, when we pay a little country like Israel to go in and destroy and take over other people's lands, that's that's not the right way to just ignore what we've been doing for a very long time. We're monsters. The United States of America is one of the governments that is on the top of the list, and Israel has the second biggest army, weapon wise, and they're just a tiny country, and we fund them. Why? Do you really believe that our government has our best interests at heart? While all of them live high, like I said, I'm not envious of anything they have. They don't have a vehicle, a house, land, nothing. They don't have anything that I want. Not clothes, not nothing, not jewels, not a damn thing. So, what I'm telling you is from my heart. They live high off the hog, while I know a lot of people in life that are barely making it, and they have to pay taxes or they'll go to jail. Who started this shit and why? Yeah, the fake Jews did, and we're helping them. Because, okay, here's something, and I've said it before, but it is true. My adopted dad, the Mason, a Jesuit, 3 time over Grand Master, 33 plus plus plus, called himself the Minneapolis Jew. It's not a joke. That's who these people are, and it's what they do. It's an organization of hell on earth towards the average person. And they all work together in the tiniest towns everywhere. And if people don't stand up and say, hey, we got to do something about this, that's what we need to do. There's people, we'll help each other. Everybody will help each other. We do not need to kill people in another country for no reason at any time. If you think we do, I'm going to tell you, you are a regressed human being. You have mental problems. If you think that we have to honor our vets for killing, I honor them if they go and they actually thought, for some God-forsaken reason, thought that they were doing humanity any kind of oh, excuse me a moment, any kind of a service. You couldn't be more mistaken. It's a disservice. It's a disservice to humanity to even have an army. That's what the army of God's all about. You know. Coldplay has a song called, well, I passed around Brothers and Sisters. That's beautiful. But they also have a song called Army of One. That is pretty cool. So it's not like One Love type of Satanistic rhetoric bullshit. It's a beautiful song. Anyway, and it kind of is kind of meaning that he's alone in his boy, I am tired. He's alone in his plight, towards trying to save humanity and trying to save his marriage, and I get that, so well, I'm gonna close it for now. um I'm pleading with you, watch that documentary on my channel. You'll see it. I wrote up above it, Veterans for Peace. That's who they are. I appreciate you if any of you listen to this, because I'm going to give you a shout out. Thank you. You're doing what I've wanted to do for a long time, and that's get the word out that if you go into the service, you have more sorrows than people really realize. And I'm behind you there. I always have been. And I appreciate your honesty and your strength, and literally putting yourself in danger because you're speaking up for the truth. That's an awesome thing to me. That's my mission in this world for my peace plan, is making everybody aware that we don't need armies. And if you believe we do, you're part of the problem and you're a monster. So I hope you're not. I hope you watch it. I hope it touches your heart. So that's all I can say. Have a good night or day wherever you're at. Love you. Peace.